Lesson 20. Getting around. Asking polite questions.
Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about asking polite questions at a hotel, getting around, and some geographical locations. But first, here are some words which we use when we are in a hotel. In the hotel, we have a check-in desk. We also have a receptionist. Of course, there's a restaurant. We have our room key. We usually give the porter a tip. Maybe we have a wake-up call. For snacks and drinks, there's a mini bar. In our bathroom, of course, we have towels. Room service for late night snacks. And there's a waiter, a porter to help us carry our luggage. Luggage, a chambermaid to clean our rooms, and the tourist office to help us sightsee. Now let's repeat our list. Check-in desk, receptionist, restaurant, key, tip, wake-up call, minibar, towels, room service, waiter, porter, luggage, chambermaid, and tourist office. Okay, let's look at some sentences that have these words. Take a look at your screen. She is a receptionist in a hotel. Could I have some clean towels, please? Is there a minibar in my room? Excuse me, what number do I dial for room service? How much should I tip the waiter? Here are some more examples. Where can I leave my luggage? I'm sorry, there are no towels in my room. Could I have the key to room 302, please? The chambermaid cleans your room every day at 10 a.m. Do you need a wake-up call? So we usually use special expressions when we want to ask polite questions. Here are some examples. Take a look. We can start with could you, or do you mind? Do you know? Will you? Would you? Can I? Excuse me, could I, or could you? Now let's look at the table to see how we change the way we ask polite questions. Follow along on your screen. Okay, for example, when does the shop open? Our action verb is open. Could you tell me when the shop opens? So in our polite question, using the expression, could you tell me, we don't use the auxiliary verb does. Just could you tell me when the shop opens? Where is the bank? Now this is our non-action verb, am, is, or are. Next example, could you tell me where the bank is? So remember, you change the verb and subject position when we use a polite expression. For example, could you tell me? So when we ask a question using an action verb, the sentence looks like this. When does the shop open? So first we have our question word, when, the shop, our subject, and open, our main verb. So when does the shop open? When we ask a polite question, the structure of the sentence changes. we add the polite expression at the start of the sentence, and we don't usually use the auxiliary verb. Okay, now let's take a look at another example. In this one, we're going to start, could you tell me when the shop opens? So now we have our polite expression, could you tell me? Next, we have our question word, when, and then the shop, our subject, opens, our main verb. So, could you tell me when the shop opens? When we ask a direct question using a non-action verb, the sentence looks like this. So we can say, where is the bank? Direct question. So first, our question word, where, then is, our non-action verb, the bank, our subject. Where is the bank? So when we ask a polite question, the structure of the sentence changes. Okay, here we go again. Could you tell me where the bank is? So notice our subject and verb changed positions. So first we have our polite expression. Could you tell me where, question word, the bank, subject, and then our verb is. Could you tell me where the bank is? Okay, look at this question. Is the restaurant open? Now look at the same question using a polite expression. Could you tell me if the restaurant is open? So did you notice that we use if before the subject, the restaurant, and then we use the verb is before open, which is used like an adjective, not a verb. So take a look at this table, which shows the way we make this kind of sentence. First, polite expression. Okay, do you know if the cafe is open? Next example, do you know if the cafe is expensive? So did you notice how we are using open in this sentence? We use it the same way we use expensive, as an adjective, not as a verb. Okay, and when we are asking a question about an adjective, we usually use if before the subject. And when we ask a polite question using a non-action verb, we change the places of the subject and the verb in the sentence. Now, let's practice by asking some polite questions. Alberto, can you please ask for some towels for your room?
Yes. Could I have some towels for my room, please?
All right, thank you. Okay, Sylvia, can you please ask for your room key?
Can I have my room key, please?
Very good. Linda, can you ask a question about your luggage?
Excuse me, could the porter take my luggage to my room, please?
That was very good. Now, Linda, ask another question about the receptionist.
Could I speak with the receptionist, please?
Good. One more for you, Alberto.
Could you tell me when the restaurant opens?
Very good. Now, Linda?
Could you tell me when the bus arrives?
Okay. The last one is for you, Sylvia.
Could you please tell me how I get to the beach?
Good one. Let's all go. Okay, would you like to look and listen now?
Look and listen.
Where is my room? Excuse me, could you tell me where my room is? Where can I leave my luggage? Can you tell me where I can leave my luggage?
Read and repeat.
a polite question, we need to be careful about which expressions we use. For example, can and could can be used to ask polite questions, but they can also be used to express ability. Let's look at these sentences. Can you drive a car? Can you help me, please? In the first sentence, I am asking about ability. The question means, do you know how to drive a car? In the second sentence, I am asking for help. Now look at this question to see if it's correct. Can you spell your name? What do you think, Alberto? Does it look okay?
I think it looks wrong because it looks like an ability question.
That's correct, okay. We can change the question by adding please to the end of the question. So we can say, can you spell your name, please, right? Or we can change the polite expression like this. Will you spell your name, please? So, can you spell your name, please? Or will you spell your name, please? Are more polite questions. Let's have a look at some more questions to see if they are ability or polite questions. Sylvia, what kind of question is this? Would you help me, please?
This is a polite question.
Yes, that's correct. Would you help me, please, is a polite question. We can see that it's polite because we are using would you and please. Very good. Okay, Linda, how about this one? What kind of question is this? Can you speak Japanese?
This is an ability question.
That's right. Speaking Japanese is a skill, so this must be an ability question. Can you speak Japanese? All right, we can usually understand what type of question we are asking when we look at the meaning of the question. Let's practice changing some normal questions into polite questions. Okay, Alberto, you go first. Can you change this question into a polite question? When does the restaurant open? Now we want a polite question, Alberto.
Excuse me, could you tell me when the restaurant opens?
Okay, could you tell me when the restaurant opens? So we have our direct question, when does the restaurant open? We change it to a very polite question by saying, could you tell me when the restaurant opens? All right, Linda, here's one for you. Please change this to a polite question. Where is the tourist office? Linda.
Do you know where the tourist office is?
Okay, do you know where the tourist office is? So, direct question is, where is the tourist office? Can be changed to a very polite question. Do you know where the tourist office is? Okay. Sylvia, what time does the bus leave? So now, Sylvia, you're going to change this direct question to a polite one.
Can you tell me what time the bus leaves, please?
Okay, can you tell me what time the bus leaves? So the direct question is, what time does the bus leave? Changes to a very polite question. Can you tell me what time the bus leaves, please? All right, good. You're all very polite. Thank you. Now let's practice by asking some polite questions. Sylvia, ask for some towels for your room.
Could I have some towels for my room, please?
Thanks, okay. Alberto, ask for your room key.
Can I have my room key, please?
Very good. Linda, can you ask a question about your luggage?
Okay. Excuse me, could the porter take my luggage to my room, please?
That was very good.
Getting around.
When people stay at a hotel, they often need to ask questions about directions and geographic locations. This means asking how to find a place or a building. Now, here are some useful words that helps people with directions. North, south, east, west, town center, beach, coast, tunnel, around, along, down, over, under, through, opposite. So let's repeat. North, south, east, west, town center, beach, coast, tunnel, around, along, down, over, under, through, and opposite. Here are some sentences using some of these words of direction. Take a look. When you leave the town center, go north for 3 kilometers. Drive through the tunnel and continue until you reach the beach. The rich people live on the west side of town. East is opposite of west, and north is opposite of south. Drive along the coast for 20 kilometers. Now here is a picture showing the geographic locations north, south, east, and west. East is the same as right. West is the same as left. North is the same as up. And south is the same as down. Okay, it's time for some more practice. Alberto, please ask Sylvia a direction question.
Okay. Sylvia, which way is the town center?
The town center is east of the beach.
Thank you, Sylvia. Now ask Linda a direction question.
Linda, how far is the coast from here?
The coast is 2 kilometers north of here.
Very good. Now, Linda, ask Alberto a question.
Alberto, have you ever traveled to the east?
Yes, I went to Japan last year.
Very good. Sylvia, what is the opposite of west?
The opposite of west is east.
Yes, that's correct. Linda, what is the opposite of south?
The opposite of south is north.
Okay, you're all going in the right direction. Very good. Now it's time to look and listen.
Look and listen.
Is the town center west of here? No, the town center is north of here. There is no tunnel, so you must drive around the mountain. The tourist office is 2 kilometers along the coast. Do you know when the tourist office closes?
Read and repeat.
let's look at how we can ask for and give directions. Usually, when we give directions to people, we use modals of possibility and modals of advice or suggestion. Let's have a quick review of these modals so that we can use them to ask for and give directions. Here is a list of modals. Please take a look at your screen. Have to, must, should, may, might. All right, first, let's review how we use these modals. Alberto, when do we use should?
We usually use should when we give advice to someone.
That's correct. Can you make a sentence using should?
Yes, you should make a reservation with the hotel before you go.
That's correct. A reservation is when you check with the hotel before you arrive to make sure that they have a room for you. Okay, Linda, when do we use must?
When we use must when we talk about obligations. Obligations mean that you don't have a choice. You can't choose something. Something is necessary.
Good, very good. Can you give us an example using must?
Yes. You must pay the bill before you leave the hotel.
All right, very good. Sylvia, can you tell me how we use might?
We use might when we talk about possibilities.
That's correct. We use might to talk about possibilities. It means the same as maybe yes or maybe no. Okay, can you give us an example using might?
I might stay at the hotel for 1 night or 2 nights.
Very good. Now the other two modals we'll talk about are may and have to. May is used in the same way as might. Have to is used in the same way as must. Let's look at some examples with may and have to. I'm not sure. I may drive east or I may drive west. I have to get up early. Can I have a wake-up call, please? Now, let's do some exercises using modals. Sylvia, can you please complete this first sentence? You take the east road or the north road. They both go to the beach. What do you think, Sylvia?
You may take the east road or the north road. They both go to the beach.
Very good. You may take the east road or the north road. They both go to the beach. So you have a choice. All right, we use may here because we are talking about possibilities. Alberto, here's one for you. If you want to go north, you take this road out of town. All the other roads go south. Alberto.
If you want to go north, you must take this road out of town. All the other roads go south.
Okay, good. If you want to go north, you must take this road out of town. All the other roads go south. Okay, we use must here because we are talking about necessity or things that you need to do. You don't have a choice if you want to go north. You must take this road. Linda, if you want to go to the town center, you take the east road. It's the quickest way to get there. Linda.
If you want to go to the town center, you should take the east road. It's the quickest way to get there.
Very good, Linda. So if you want to go to the town center, you should take the east road. It is the quickest way to get there. So we use should because we're giving a suggestion. It is a good idea. Okay, now let's talk about how to ask and give directions to someone. Okay, imagine that you are standing at X and you are giving directions to someone who wants to go to the bank. So you tell them how to get there like this. Walk along the street until you reach King Street. You should turn right on King Street and walk along the street until you see the tourist office, and the bank is opposite the tourist office. So in a different situation, but when you are talking about the same direction, you can say to someone, you should drive along this road for 3 kilometers until you see a sign for the beach. When you see the sign for the beach, go east for 10 kilometers until you see the mountain. So let's have a look at a different picture and how we can give directions to someone. Okay, imagine again that you are standing at X and you are giving directions to someone who wants to go to the center of town. You tell them how to get there like this. You should drive along this road for about 5 kilometers until you come to the mountain. You must drive around the mountain because there is no tunnel. When you get to the other side of the mountain, drive along the road again for about 5 kilometers until you reach the town. So when we say reach the town, it means the same as arrive at the town. We also sometimes say take this road instead of choose this road when we're giving directions. Let's have a look at one more picture and learn how to give directions. So imagine, again, you are standing at X and you want to give directions to someone who wants to go to the town, but this time there is a tunnel through the mountain. You tell them how to get there like this. You should drive along this road for about 5 kilometers until you come to the mountain. It is possible to drive through the tunnel, or you might drive around the mountain. When you get to the other side of the mountain, drive along the road again for about 5 kilometers until you reach the town. Okay, let's practice by practicing giving and asking for directions. Sylvia, you want to drive to the next town, but you need to ask directions. Alberto, you are giving directions to Sylvia, who is driving to the next town. You decide which direction she must go.
Could you tell me how to get to the next town, please?
Yes, you should take the east road for 10 kilometers until you reach mountain. But you must drive over the mountain because there is not a tunnel or a road around the mountain. When you get to the other side of the mountain, take to north road for about 3 kilometers until you reach the town.
All right, that was excellent. Now, Linda, you give some directions to Sylvia. Now, remember, Sylvia, you must ask a polite question to get the right directions.
Okay. Excuse me, do you know how I get to the next town?
Oh yes, you must take the north road until you reach the coast. Then you must take the east road for about 6 kilometers until you reach the town.
All right, very good. Now let's do one more. Linda, you want to go to the beach, so please ask Sylvia directions.
Okay. Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the beach from here?
Sure. You must take the road north out of town for about 15 kilometers. Then take the coast road east for about 5 kilometers until you see the sign for the beach, and then you're there.
All right, very good, everyone. Now it's time to look and listen.
Look and listen.
Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the next town, please? You should take the south road for about 20 kilometers. Go east for 10 kilometers until you see the mountain. Could you tell me how to get to the beach? You must take the north road until you reach the coast. You may take the east road or the north road.
Read and repeat. Listen and write.
Now it's time to listen and write. Listen and write the sentences. You must pay your bill before you leave the hotel. Could I have some towels for my room, please? You must drive north for 15 kilometers. Could you tell me how to get to the town center from here? Do you know what time the restaurant opens? You should take the north road out of town. She may drive east or she may drive north. Could the porter take my luggage to my room, please? Could I have the key to room 201, please? When you get to the mountain, take the east road. Now, check your work. You must pay your bill before you leave the hotel. Could I have some towels for my room, please? You must drive north for 15 kilometers. Could you tell me how to get to the town center from here? Do you know what time the restaurant opens? You should take the north road out of town. She may drive east or she may drive north. Could the porter take my luggage to my room, please? Could I have the key to room 201, please? When you get to the mountain, take the east road. Now, read the story and then answer the questions about it.
Read and answer.
When you first arrive at a hotel, you must check in at the reception desk. The receptionist will ask you for your name. The receptionist may ask you to spell your name. The receptionist will also give you your room key. The receptionist will also be able to help you with any questions that you may have about the hotel or about how to get to places that you may want to visit. When you ask for directions, you should speak politely and listen carefully to the person who is giving directions to you. Remember that east is the same direction as right, and west is the same direction as left. You can also go to the tourist information office for help or information about directions if you don't know how to get somewhere. When you stay at the hotel, you can ask reception for something to eat or drink in your room. Food and drink will be brought to your room. This is called room service. If you want to drink something in your room, you can get drinks from the minibar, which you will find in your hotel room. When it is time to leave, you must not forget to pay the bill, which is the money that you must give to the hotel for staying there, and to pay for any drinks, food, or telephone calls that you made. Enjoy your visit. Now, answer the questions about the reading. What must you do when you arrive at the hotel? Who will ask you for your name? What else may the receptionist ask you? What should you do when you ask for directions? Where can you get help and information if you don't know how to get somewhere? What do you ask if you want something to eat or drink in your room? What direction is the same as east? What must you not forget to do when you leave the hotel? What direction is the same as left? Where will you find the minibar? Now, check your answers. What must you do when you arrive at the hotel? You must check in when you arrive at the hotel. Who will ask you for your name? The receptionist will ask you for your name. What else may the receptionist ask you? The receptionist may ask you to spell your name. What should you do when you ask for directions? You should speak politely and listen carefully. Where can you get help and information if you don't know how to get somewhere? You can get help and directions from the Tourist Information Office. Who do you ask if you want something to eat or drink in your room? You should ask the receptionist. What direction is the same as east? Right is the same direction as east. What must you not forget to do when you leave the hotel? You must not forget to pay your bill when you leave the hotel. What direction is the same as left? West is the same direction as left. Where will you find the minibar? You will find the minibar in your hotel room. All right, good job. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Practicing English. So, Carrie, are you ready for our little trip?
I think so. When do you think we will leave?
I think we'll leave around 10 in the morning.
Can you tell me how we will get there?
Well, first I think we'll take the tramway to Tunel. That's a good way to go down Istiklal Judesi. We can look at the shops, but we can't do any shopping.
See, it's probably safer for my budget that way. After we take the tramway, what will we do?
Well, the tramway ends at Tunel, so we will take the Tunel. Did you know it's the shortest subway in the world?
Really? Do you know how long it is?
Well, I think it's about 500 metres. It takes maybe 1 minute, and of course it makes only one stop. It's great for coming up, because we don't have to walk up the hill. However, we will take it down because we'll be carrying our bags.
Could you please tell me what we'll do then?
Well, we'll walk under the bridge to the ferry boats, then we'll take the ferry across to the other side, and then we'll walk some more.
Sam, can you please tell me how far we will walk? I need to know because my bag might be heavy.
No problem, Carrie. We might walk about 5 minutes. Now, could you please explain to me why your bag might be so heavy? We're only going for 2 days.
You know, I have to be prepared for anything. I'll take clothes for walking, going out, sleeping. I want to be prepared.
Well, I think you're planning on taking too much. We'll probably walk a lot on the island, so you should bring walking shoes and comfortable clothes.
Thanks for the advice. Now, back to getting there. Can you tell me how long the ferry ride is?
Well, we'll take the regular ferry to the island, and I think it takes about an hour and a half.
What do I need for the hotel?
Well, in Turkey, you need to show some identification when we go to reception.
What kind of identification?
Your passport is probably enough. Of course, you need to bring money to pay for the hotel.
Yes, Sam, I know that. Can you please tell me how we will get to the hotel?
It will be very cool. When we get off the ferry, we'll take a phaeton.
Would you please explain?
Okay, a phaeton is a kind of taxi, but it's very old-fashioned. It's a special kind of wagon pulled by a horse. Cars are not allowed on the island.
Wow, that is cool. Now, Sam, do you know if there are towels and all that in the rooms?
Of course, Carrie. You and Angie will be sharing a room, and I know there's a minibar and room service. Oh, when we check in, we can see what other services they have to offer.
It sounds great so far. Can you tell me if the hotel is expensive or not?
Yeah, I don't know, as Alexei made the arrangements. I think it's pretty reasonable, though, and it includes breakfast.
Oh, that's good. It will be one meal we don't have to pay for. Do you know where we will eat our other meals?
Well, there are lots of restaurants. We can eat lunch in a cheap place and have dinner in a fish restaurant. The islands are famous for their fish restaurants.
Can you tell me what other things we might do? Eating is good, but surely we will do something else too.
Okay, well, we can take a phaeton to the top of the island, as there's a very old Greek Orthodox church and monastery there. Also, there's a big park, and we can walk around it. Now, it's getting a little cool these days, so we probably can't go swimming, but we can look at the beautiful sea.
Yes, I would like to go swimming, but it's not warm enough for that. Where is the beach?
Well, I'm not sure where the beach is, but I think if we walk along from the ferry, we'll find it. After all, we're on an island, so nothing's very far away.
That's true. We can probably walk around the island.
Yeah, that's true, but it's easier and faster to take a phaeton.
And what a cool way to go somewhere.
Yeah. Carrie, are you going to pack your camera?
Sam, I always take my camera, so I am ready.
Well, I know Angie, Jack and Alexia are excited about this little trip. I am too.
Me too. Thanks for answering all my questions about it. I guess I will go home and pack.
Yeah, I will too. Okay, remember, don't pack too much.
No problem, Sam. See you later.
Bye.